Shanti, how do you explain consciousness as if you were speaking to a child?
Yes. Just look at the overall picture. We exist in the body. Body is the field. Within this field, body is the grossest thing. It's like dead matter. It is active or alive because of prana or breath or energy. Because of energy, our five sense organs receive the information and five motor organs react. Mind is the faculty that registers the experiences. Mind, it just takes the picture of all the experiences. Intellect analyzes and says this is right, wrong, good or bad. But when awareness comes that I am experiencing it, that is I consciousness, that produces duality, that I am separate from the world. I am experiencing pleasure or pain. I am and you are, inside and outside. Okay, this is because of I consciousness. In pure sense, I consciousness is the awareness. So one standpoint you can look at it, body is the grossest thing, energy is subtler than that, mind is still subtler than that, invisible, intellect is still subtler, and consciousness is subtlest. So consciousness is like space. Within the space, you can have palace. Within the palace, you have room. Within the room, you have your own meditation place. So same way, consciousness is all pervasive. For individuals, person also, consciousness is more pervasive. Because why is more pervasive? Because mind receives information, intellect judges this is right or this is wrong. Mind and intellect we cannot see. Energy we cannot see, we can feel, but body is solid. Consciousness is so subtle that it just simply observes. It observes. It doesn't say mine, yours, good, bad, inside or outside. That is consciousness. So that means consciousness is more pervasive. So for a child, you understand, consciousness is there when you are hungry, when you have pain, consciousness is there. Then you are feeling like different sensations, sight, sound, disturbing sound or pleasant sound. Consciousness is there to recognize it. When mind thinks about something, consciousness is there. Because of consciousness, mind thinks. Intellect judges, consciousness is there. So consciousness is most common. It is common. It is common when we are awake. It is there when we are sleeping and when we are dreaming. So that is what consciousness is. Looking at universal consciousness, that means our consciousness watches all the states. Our consciousness watches us. I was a baby, I was 5-year-old, 10-year-old. I was sick, I was healthy. I enjoy traveling. Whatever it thinks is still there. So consciousness remembers everything from all the experiences. So that is what is consciousness. So if you consider individual consciousness, so who are you? You are more than body, more than mind, total being. We can describe your consciousness. Does it make sense? Consciousness, because we are a collection of everything. So what is supreme consciousness? From that standpoint, supreme consciousness knows everything ever happened. When the Big Bang took place, when evolution took place, amoebas, insect, human beings, it remembers everything. That is supreme consciousness. So another way of looking at it, it is all pervading, all knowing intelligence. That is supreme consciousness. And other thing is we are connected, because though it looks like this house, this condo, the other condo, big house, they seem like separate. But what is common in all the condos and big buildings, White House or palaces, what is common is space. Space is there. So really, all the buildings are connected with common medium of space. Same way, let's look at breath, prana, right? Air, oxygen. Everyone shares the same breath, right? So we are all connected. All countries are connected because you consider United States or Mexico or other country, but really it is our division. But for the air and storms, they don't discriminate this country or that country, they are universal. So if there is famine in one area, fire in one area, it influences everything. This is why we are all connected. So if we understand that principle, that anything we do to hurt anyone, we are hurting ourselves, because everything is connected. So any good thought for anyone else elevates us. Does it make sense so far? So, but ask a question, I'm trying to simplify.
Yeah.
Ask further, then I can clarify further. So we are all connected. So other thing you had asked is conscious and conscience. Consciousness doesn't distinguish. But conscience is that I am. So consciousness and intellect together makes awareness. In order to have awareness that I am feeling. I'm feeling something in the stomach. I feel this or that. So that is conscience. And conscience is, because of ego and memory, that awareness, this is right or wrong, that judges. So conscience involves judgment, right or wrong, I should do this or I should not. Consciousness is free. It doesn't know. It doesn't know my child, neighbor's child. It doesn't know this is harmonium or this is tabla. It just sees everything is matter. It doesn't see names and forms. It just sees as energy. Okay, so that clears conscious and conscience. So conscious is totally free. It has no inside, no outside. It doesn't have size. It doesn't have shape. It is not big. It is not small. You cannot think about it, because it's beyond the mind. Because of consciousness, the power comes from consciousness to the intellect, mind, senses and body. So something that is all powerful, how can you know that? How do you experience consciousness? Only when you rise above your body, senses, mind, everything dissolves, then you become consciousness. Same way, supreme consciousness, how do we know? We can only experience this. So it is same thing, how do we know God? How do we know God? In order to know God, we have to become God. Just look from that point. Waves in the ocean. How do the waves know the ocean? Waves, when they merge, they realize they are the ocean. They created the boundary being separate. Same way, we are all connected. It's like all of us are like waves in the cosmic ocean. But we don't identify with cosmic ocean. We identify as waves. But whether we identify or not identify, we are ocean of consciousness. So when we become aware of that, then it's to our advantage, because if you remain aware as a wave, then you have beginning, middle and end. Same way, if you are aware, I am the body, then there is birth, growth, decay and death. Then there is fear because you are trying to hold on to your individuality. But if you think, I was ocean, cosmic ocean, before I was born, I'm cosmic ocean while I'm here, and when I die, I still remain cosmic ocean because wave doesn't disappear. Wave becomes ocean. These are different ways to explain. And other thing is, don't worry about cosmic consciousness. That's something you don't understand. So this is the approach. Think, question, until you get clarity. So only think. Your individual knowledge and wisdom is that something you understand. Something you understand that nobody can do anything to change it. Your inward conviction. And that is the wisdom. And what is the ultimate wisdom that we can be convinced? Who am I? Okay. All other things, you say, I'm the body. How could you hang on? Because it would change. It changes every second. But every year it changes. So you cannot hang on. That is not our definition. Your mind or your emotion, there is no definition. Because it don't remain the same. But something stands constant. That is consciousness.